Well, hello and welcome to The Good Cigar. I'm your host, Al Roman. Today, we're going to be looking at a very special cigar. And with that, we have a very special guest, my brother-in-law, Blake.
Hey, thanks for having me, Al. Looking forward to it.
Today, we're going to be looking at and smoking a cigar I have never had before. I've heard lots about it. It's the Arturo Fuente Eye of the Shark. This one's got a Cameroon wrapper on it. It's about a medium brown. If you notice, it's box pressed here, and then they taper it down to the end right here. The fillers are Dominican Republic, and so is the binder, Dominican Republic. And Carlos Fuente did this in honor of his father, of his 80th birthday, to really commemorate his father. And he called it the Eye of the Shark. And I actually met the man at the Cigar Big Smoke in Las Vegas this past year. And if you haven't seen that video, please go back and look at that one. There's a lot of good things on there as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment, and let me know what you think. If you've had this before, if you'd like to try something else, let me know what you think right there. So he did that because his eye has said his father worked constantly. He said even in his sleep, he was like a shark. Just sharks never sleep, and he always had his eye open just on the next thing for the Arturo Fuente family and what they were going to do like that. So that was commemorative of him. And he's a wonderful man. I've met him. Just a humble man. Great. Love Carlos. He was a very nice host. So we're going to get these cut and lit up and see how it goes. It's got a little bit of a leathery smell to it just from before the smoke, before I lit it up. Watch out for that, man. There we go. So, we've got them lit up. First bit of draw on there. I've got a little bit of leather going on there. A little bit of dry oak. How about you, Blake?
Yeah, leather's there. Almost a tiny bit grassy, a little bit green. Just on the very end of it. Yeah, but the leather's mostly there, and it's it's with the leathery flavor, earthy, super good.
How's the draw on that?
Medium, perfect. I mean, right down the middle of the fairway. Nothing. It's not too fast. It's certainly not no work.
No, it's been very well wrapped and held together out there. I mean, the draw is nice, smooth. It's not too hard. It's not too tight. It's not too loose either, like that.
Tiny little espresso on the back end. I mean, it's really
it kind of gets
tight on the end. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I'm really interested to see how this one develops right there. And wow, it's good. So already out of the bat, I'm already liking this a lot. Really liking that. And I like a lot of Arturo Fuente stuff right there. So we'll be back. We'll get into the first third, and we'll be right back. We'll see you then. All right, we're back. We're into the first third there. And I gotta say, so far, I am super impressed with this cigar. I can see why it won 2017 Cigar Aficionado's Cigar of the Year. It has been so phenomenal. What a great cigar. Very complex with the flavors, but yet still very. It's a medium. It's not real harsh. It's not like a full flavored cigar or anything. But it's very complex and very smooth. What's your take on it, Blake?
Yeah, the word that Al used when we were smoking the first third was creamy to describe the smoke texture, and it's right on. Flavors, like you said, really mild but complex. When you said creamy, what made me think for a second of was all things peanut butter. But the smoke is really good in your mouth. It tastes great. There's layers and layers. The cigar burns incredibly well. Construction's out of this world. Just super great. I mean, really delicious. And it smooths out after the light. No acridity at all. There's not a hint of bitterness. It's just straight, medium smoke flavors. Right. Wood, a little bit of earth, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of espresso.
Yeah, you can really kind of taste that. I still taste some of the leather, and it kind of fades in and out a little bit right there. And so I get some of the espresso, still some of the the oaky to it right there, and then it just kind of blends back again like that. Almost with each different puff like that, you get just a little bit different going on there. And it's got a really nice, long, smooth finish on the tongue from the oils. Just a phenomenal cigar. And the ash, you can see the thing is just constructed so well for such a complicated cigar to have right there like that. Thoroughly enjoying this one. Maybe just over an inch on my ash right there. So we're going to get down in here to the second third. I don't think it's going to be as long a cigar as some of them. It's, this may run us about 35-40 minutes.
The pull's fast on it. I mean, it's really easy to pull through it, and because it's not hyper peppery, right, and it's not really chocolatey or earthy on the back end, you'll keep smoking it, right? Yeah. So I think part of it is that it's so smooth and so complex. You just want more. Like, I just take one more, right?
You just don't want it to stop. You want to keep smoking.
But that's why that's why it's beautiful. This is like though it's an expensive stick. Talk about a great everyday cigar, any occasion cigar. You don't need to balance this in terms of what am I eating tonight, etc.
Yeah, this is good. All right, so we're gonna get into the second third, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back again, and we're into the second third right here, almost starting up the last third right there. And once again, still a phenomenal cigar. The flavors, it still shifts almost with every other puff. And it's not like, massive, it's not one overwhelming flavor. It's been like, all right, now I've got a little bit of espresso in there. Now I've got some woodiness in there. Now I'm back to the leather a little bit more and like that. And it kind of just wavers in and out of that right there. Complex, but super smooth. It's gone from a full medium cigar to just, for me at least, a little bit slighter to mild. Just under mild cigar like that. Smoke still is phenomenal. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think the pepper finally hit for the first time, just a teensy little bit there.
Did you get like a little white pepper?
Yeah, or white. White. It's not spicy. It's just the hint of it, and then definitely mellowed. The wood flavors really came out in the middle. Sometimes got so mellow that, again, almost like butterscotch, buttery even, right? Something. I mean, the wood mellows to almost a creaminess. It's delicious.
Yeah, and you when you talk about the butter, I'm getting just a little bit of that sweetness, and that's going to be the sugars from that tobacco in there like that. And you can taste the oil in your lips, and it tastes kind of like just a very mild butter almost on there like that. Really good. And that's also going to come maybe from the little bit of the Cameroon wrapper too. I found that to be, when I smoked the nub, that the Cameroon nub, that it's got a little bit of that in there as well. Yeah. And we paired it with a special cocktail for this right here that my brother-in-law made for us, and tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're drinking Palomas tonight. Super easy Paloma. A little bit of Jalisco style grapefruit soda, some grapefruit juice, and then nice little Joven mescal that my buddy brought back from Guadalajara. It really makes
that matched really well with the kind of the woody, earthy tones with this right here, and it actually cleans the palate pretty good after each one. So.
Nice thing about a Paloma. Right, you get the smokiness of the mescal, but you got the brightness of the grapefruit on the back end. Nice and clean. It's super good.
And we're going to continue drinking quite a few of these right here because they're like this cigar. They are very easy going down.
Yeah.
I can see thoroughly enjoying those right there going like that. Well, we're going to get down to the last third, and we're going to be back. I'm not expecting any big changes coming out of it like that, but you never know. I mean, the flavors are still, kind of melded and changed throughout it right there. And we'll be back, and we'll get down there. I'm going to have to take the wrapper off, which is a real shame, which means I'll be almost done with the cigar. And we'll be back. And not surprisingly, it's the flavors are complex, and they're still kind of waving in and out of it like that, but nothing major. It wasn't like some cigars that, and my brother-in-law said it best here, like some cigars, the first third is all this, the second one is all this, where that transitioning changes every time. But it's been pretty consistent, and it's consistently good, consistently awesome. I think it's like, and we were talking about this while we were sitting there smoking this, that it's one of these ones you could have before dinner, you could have after dinner, you could have these all day long. And I can see why Carlos Fuente says, oh yeah, I smoke 10 cigars a day, stuff like that. Because if I had these at his disposal like that, I'd be smoking them 10 to 15 a day too as well, because they're just that good.
Incredibly smooth. It pair great with anything. It doesn't overpower anything, right? Which is why you could smoke so many of them.
Right.
delicious. Not too. I mean, the nicotine is not. You know.
Yeah, it's pretty mild on the nicotine like that.
It's not huge.
It's not. You can feel a little bit, but not too bad right there. The flavors I'm still getting out of the last third right here. It transitions just a slight bit, but I'm getting more of the a little bit more of the sweet. And that's probably just from the natural sugars in the tobacco right there. And it's not like maple or sugary sweet. It's just a little bit on the finish right there.
Back of your mouth.
Back of your mouth like that, yeah. Still now I'm getting a little bit more of the coffee, espresso, a little bit in there more like that again as well. And the peppers, still just a hint of the white pepper in there like that. So.
The only time nuttiness ever appears is when it feels creamy and buttery.
Yeah.
You'll sometimes transition right to it. You'll get that tinge of earth that'll bring it into nutty. But you don't smoke it thinking, oh, this is nutty, which you do sometimes.
This is not like pecan or anything like that, or it's just a phenomenally good cigar.
Draws easy, draws perfect down late too.
Yeah.
You're not getting too much. It's not too hot at all.
Absolutely.
We're both gonna smoke this down to our fingers.
If I could get this to the very tip of that right there, I would on this cigar right here, because I'm like, all right, I just want this to continue on.
Yeah.
The only thing I would really like to see it is like it to be like, maybe a 6.5. Instead of the 5 that it is, so I can just continue smoking.
Another 7 minutes of it or 10 minutes of it would be
whatever I can get. I'm going to take from the cigar right here, because it's just that good like that. And I want to remind you again to please subscribe if you haven't yet, and to leave a comment and to like. We're going to be smoking this one down all the way down to the burning of the fingertips, because it is just that good, and I'm expecting it to be like that. I want to thank you for watching, and once again, this is The Good Cigar. Remember, life is too short for bad cigars. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. We'll see ya.